Hey, it's Empress Rose, and welcome to our collective reading. We're going to start off with the goddesses, but this deck is like too tall, so we're going to spread it out. All right. Oh, that is really funny. That's wild. We got this recently. Unquestioningly. I'm not good at pronouncing that. Direction. Where are you headed? Where are you going? Again, we've got the kangaroo with sort of the marsupial pouch idea, the motherhood, the held back. It's almost reminding me of food that's being held under a warming light. That's waiting. It's made, or it's there. It exists. It's just kind of waiting for the movement. They're waiting for delivery. So there's something here that seems to be waiting for delivery, waiting for the direction comes in waiting for direction, waiting for and what to do next, waiting for direction, waiting for the director to direct you. You're ready, you're prepped, you're ready to go, and you're just waiting for the direction. Actually, it's coming in as like a verb for me right now. So there is a sense of seeing a path, seeing a way forward, with passions, with passion projects, perhaps. But definitely like a clarity here. There is a clarity here. And then we have Athena, initiative. So going in the direction. Seeing very clearly, we have a full sun and a full moon right here, both of them. And we're looking at both of them, an intuitive path. And the intuitive path, there's a lot of wand energy, as we discussed last week in this one. And the moon over here in Athena is making that very clear. But this intuitive path, this initiative, we have the arrow, which also speaks to me of direction, of going very clearly towards something. And seeing something very clearly. Movement. And you may be needing to take the initiative on something. Or the initiative movement, like initiating the movement. Yeah, because we're waiting. We're waiting under the heat lamp. And we're waiting for initiation. I don't know, the sort of words on these cards sometimes don't match the card when you read the story, and that's funny. And but also they're both coming in as like a little bit different than how you would first read them. So getting the direction to initiate something, or initiating something, starting something. Yeah. All right. And then speaking of heading in the direction, we have for the wind that blows our sails. This is something that you've put some work into, but now there's some smooth sailing. It's there. You hit an easy bit. You're on the downhill, or like, you rode your bike up the hill, and now you get to kind of coast down. So there's a coasting energy here, an ease of movement. That's what's beautiful about sort of waiting for the initiative, or waiting for the goal, or what is that? It's like waiting for the wind rather than rowing your way across. We're going to sail, but the sail requires some sort of the environment around us to be conducive to something. So it's more about alignment, and something being aligned, and there being a lot of movement, easy movement. I think the weavers know that all is God. Just this can be about like a large plan, about something being held, something being part of the plan that may not seem like it's part of the plan. Not needing to find spirituality in somebody else, or in somebody else's ideas. Knowing that something was meant to be, and something's meant to happen right now. that's again with that alignment idea. And then we have painting joy across the sky, which is really an interesting card for me this morning. And just based on the other readings that have happened today. Painting joy across the sky, so bringing delight and joy to others. This could be part of this initiative as far as like you doing something and bringing something. It looks like it should be very easy. It should there should be some alignment here with other things. But when you see the opportunity, take it to bring some joy and happiness to somebody. Be a blessing to somebody. It's giving Star card. You're being the sign of hope and the symbol of hope. But it is about having fun, bringing fun to others, enjoying life, painting joy across the sky. And then if you hear a Sasquatch sigh, so maybe we should have started with this one. This is about discouragement, not believing in the magic. But then this is saying, but it's all magical. So if you don't believe in Sasquatch right now, if you don't believe in, you know, the myths and the unseen, what's unseen, if you cannot believe in that, but it is saying, but it does exist. It is here. And like all is, I'm going to say all is Sasquatch, or all is, it's all part of it. I mean, it's sort of a meaningless statement, but it's also an important one to remember. It's all one. It's all unified. But I think there's a sense of having gotten discouraged. Somebody here, it may not be you. It may not be you that's discouraged. This, if you hear a Sasquatch sigh, sometimes talk to me about a little bit of depression, someone else being somewhat down and depressed. It could be you as well. You know, it's always strange to be painting joy across the sky when you yourself are not feeling it. But it's all for some larger purpose. Every experience is bringing you closer to your true nature, your divine nature, your purposes, your, yeah. So there's some smooth sailing and some beauty, but I don't know why you're not believing it. Maybe you just have a moment of depression, or a moment of lacking faith. But even in that moment, it's like, if you do have a moment of lacking faith, it's like a, I don't want to say it's a preordained moment, but I do want to say it's a preordained moment. It's like meant to be that way. And there's this for a moment, right? Like, don't stay that way, but a discouragement, a divinely timed discouragement. And like, even the discouragement is for you. And just, there could just be like a resignation here of like, oh yeah, it's like that. And that too was holy. It's reminding me of Howl by Allen Ginsberg. You know, he lists all these things that are holy, and like, I want to say even the depression is holy, and right, that's what this card is. It's all holy. Holy the asshole, holy the, it's all holy. Well, of course the asshole's holy. It is a hole. Okay. All right. Moving on to tarot here. We have, from the bottom of the deck, the High Priestess, intuition, spirituality. Do you mean it's Pisces energy? There's what can be known and what cannot be known. What the universe chooses to reveal to you and what the universe does not choose to reveal to you. Honestly, with the black and white pillars here, it's reminding me of this sort of, the things you cannot see, and struggling to have faith in all those things you cannot see, and feeling a little discouraged. This is the darkness, and being in that darkness and you can't see. But there's also some part of you that's in this lightness, or in this situation that is light and that is joyful and is delightful, despite maybe not being able to see how something is going to turn out, or not having a lot of faith in something. yeah, there's this divination energy outside of an organization. It's a very non-organized religion, and there could be a spiritual leader here or someone in a spiritual equivalent. It's a spiritual card, but there's stuff that you can know and stuff that you can't know about it. Intuition. Before I continue with this, I'm going to clean my thing here. Okay, I don't know if I made that better, but I can go on now. Past, present, inner landscape, what's at issue, environment, to-do list, possible outcome. All right. In the recent past, we have Ace of Swords, some sort of, this can be an epiphany, a sudden realization, truth coming in, an idea coming in, a new thought, a new thought process, a new thought about something. So it's new way of thinking, new way of dealing with something. Precise, clear, clarity came in. You had a moment of clarity. And then in the current situation, rough, tough energy, a little bit of poverty consciousness. It's this energy, honestly. This is the current situation. Being near resources, but not feeling like entitled to them or like you have access to them. It can be being shut out of something, feeling abandoned, feeling left out, feeling wounded. It can often be about like work or money and just feeling like you don't have enough money, feeling like you're not abundant. It's a lack. There is a lack here. You don't have everything you need. You may be having to lean on something else. It's like you're walking away from something pretty disappointed, pretty frustrated with half of what you wanted out of the situation, half of what you expected. There's something to me about like half of what you wanted. There's just a lack of something. It's just not enough. You're not in the abundance. And there's also, like, again, with this, like, outside the church, there's that lack of faith. And then what was I saying about the high priestess? She is outside. She is outside the official organization, outside of the organized religion. You know, it was their choice that she's not part of the organized religion. That was the organized religion decision. But there's this sense of like not being part of something, not partaking in the abundance, not having faith, not being part of it, not feeling part of something. You could feel very orphaned, very alone, very outsidery, and not part of something. And maybe you had this realization that you aren't part of this group, or you aren't part of this organization, or you really aren't. And that could have been part of the realization, is how much this is not working for you, or how much maybe even a realization that somebody else with your same position is getting paid more, or some sort of message coming in telling you just how much you don't have right now, and reminding you that you are not living in an abundant situation in some part of your life. So yeah, it looks like some sort of message or realization came in. And maybe you finally looked at your budget accurately, or you received a message that you're not going to receive what you thought you were going to receive. Because there does seem to be, I really thought this place would have what we need vibe here, and then realizing that it does not actually have what you need. So either being left out emotionally or financially out of something, and it looks like some sort of clarity was revealed to you that that's what's going on. In your hopes, your fears, your inner landscape, you have the devil, like maybe feeling trapped somewhere, maybe feeling stuck in a cycle, feeling stuck in a situation. Again, the devil does have like this pentacle energy because he's got the pentacle on his forehead. and feeling like you can't get out of something, worried that you can't get out of something, feeling stuck at least, because this is, again, the inner landscape. So worried that this is going to go on forever. This is an eternity. You're trapped here, you're stuck here in this lack, and not having what you need, or not being part of the something bigger. And there's always a sense with the devil that it was there was a lot of temptation. There's a lot of, it looked really good. This looked like a great situation. So there's a lot of fears around the devil. There's also dishonesty. There might be fears around, maybe you've been dishonest and you're worried that this is going to come out. Maybe you're worried about someone else's integrity and honesty. You may be telling yourself lies and trapped in a lie, because this can be like a poverty mentality, and you have the devil inside, which is reminding me of the NXS song. We all have the devil inside. So you may be struggling with your inner aspects seem like you're struggling with something. Either with lies, perhaps like this is always the way it's going to be, perhaps feeling trapped, and yeah, I mean, that's the same thing as like feeling like something's always going to be like this, that you're always stuck here, you're always trapped here, you're always stuck with this devil energy, and that you've been trapped. What's at issue here is Page of Swords. This could be someone new in your life that has not told you the truth. This could be a child that's not telling you the truth. This could be someone's not saying something. Someone didn't reveal something to you. Someone has their facts wrong. Maybe you got a message and you just don't feel like something's good enough. But maybe someone's got information that they're not telling you. It seems like either information is being withheld from you, which we're getting from the High Priestess, what you can know and what you can't know. But it seems like somebody's not telling you this information. And possibly because they are mistaken themselves about the information, because they're very new at something. This is someone that's very new at something and maybe doesn't have a full understanding of all the aspects that are going on. So you may have gotten disinformation from someone who just literally doesn't know what they're talking about, with Page of Swords in reverse. It could also be a lie. But it's like a little white lie. It doesn't feel like a big giant lie. It's like a little bit of a white lie, but maybe it's having you feel here like in this disgruntlement, or this the Sasquatch is about not believing, not having a faith. This Page of Swords in reverse, someone's not telling you something, someone didn't say something, someone has their facts wrong. Somebody lied, maybe inadvertently, just because they don't necessarily know what they're talking about. So there's an immature energy and an immature wielding of the truth, which we wouldn't really expect a lot more from the Page of Swords. I feel like a page in reverse is like, the pages can just be like this, because they're so new. They're not quite, especially with a sword, with the truth, or with something, they're not quite wielding, even in the upright, the Page of Swords seems a little unreliable. So this person could be unreliable in their information. They maybe don't have all the information. They could be younger than you in some way, and they maybe don't have a really good handle on something. This could be someone claiming to be more expert than they are about something and just winging it, but trying to say that they know it. It's an interesting energy, because we have the sword here, and this is saying that the sword may not be the sword. It may not be as reliable. The information you've received may not be as reliable as you think it is. And it's making you feel very stuck and very trapped here. Oh my goodness. Swords, swords, swords. We have 3 swords, which means that this is definitely like a communication, talking, information situation. So in your environment, we have Knight of Swords. We have someone coming in with clarity to clear something up. We have, but it's like a rush job. It's not well thought out. But sometimes we do need to rush. Sometimes the clarity does need to be quick, does need to be precise. So somebody here, so we have this sword, this truth in your recent past, or this revelation, or this understanding, or this communication in the past. We have someone that's not been very good at communicating, maybe some immature communication that lacked clarity and had the facts wrong. Then we have this Knight of Swords communication where somebody is like, no, 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 that's not right, that's not right, that's not right. Let me fix this, let me clear this up for you. So we have this sword, this truth, and there's almost like a battle over the truth, with one person being very cavalier with it or inaccurate with it, not getting all their facts right, either intentionally or unintentionally. And then we have someone else coming in with this truth that's like, actually, this is it. So somebody's coming in really quickly, and I feel like the Page of Swords and the Knight of Swords are 2 different people. So someone has their facts confused, and someone else is coming in with some nice clarity to clarify things and make it better. I mean, it is a sense, they do seem panicked. They do seem urgent. It's an urgent message that is trying to bring some clarity and some perhaps logic to a situation that has lacked logic. With all the swords here, it's really interesting because we have Athena here, a warrior goddess. So there's almost like a battle over the truth or something like that. But somehow you've gotten the wrong message about something, but someone's coming to clear it up. You are another knight. We have another knight here. We have 3 people here. You're making a plan. So this is your to-do list. This is to make the plan, but not necessarily to execute right now, but be in the planning stages for something, be very clear. I think the need for clarity is obvious here. You need to be very clear about what you want, very intentional about what you want. The energy here is such a juxtaposition. Somebody here is like, this could be someone just running at the mouth, someone being very, maybe even verbally aggressive, perhaps, or usually I want to say it comes in with the truth, but with the Page of Swords here upside down, it just seems like someone wants to talk a lot. Someone wants to talk a lot, or rush. There's this rushed communication that you may be getting. Your job here is to be a lot more thoughtful and a lot more clear. I feel like there's this plan, and then there's this really methodical execution of the plan. So you're not rushing. If someone comes in to you and is like, oh my gosh, this, and we have to do something about it right now, your job is to be like, let's think about this. I think we actually can slow down. And this Page of Swords may have communicated with this Knight of Swords some misinformation, and the Knight of Swords may be running forward with it, or rushing to clear something up in the past, from the past. And your job is to be incredibly steady here, because with the Page of Swords in reverse and the Knight of Swords rushing in here, just it's very quick. And it might be like to correct some sort of communication that happened in the past, or to clarify something that you already got. This person, it's a very quick moving energy, almost panicked. And your job is to be very steady. Someone's like, oh my God, fire in the theater. And your job is to be like, okay, let's turn off the movie, tell people to evacuate. We're not going to use the F word here. We're not saying fire. We're not screaming fire in a crowded theater. We're going to slowly and methodically try to evacuate everyone from the theater. So something like that, where it's like, you're not panicking. Your job right now is to not panic and to be very clear and methodical and step by step and sort of have the plan and not move. There's an immobility here with the Knight of Pentacles. He's just looking at the money. It's not time to make big moves or anything like that. It's time to sort of plan and look at the whole picture, see the patterns. Someone may want to rush forward, and your job is to not rush forward. You're being the counterbalance. So it's, again, there's this like direction. There's this sun moon energy. There are these opposite energies, and someone else is bringing this rush energy, and you're bringing the slow hold up there sport energy. And it's similar with this. I mean, maybe you need to buy some time to get in touch with your intuition about something. Maybe you need to it is like you need to buy some time here and sort of slow something down. This is, again, this like rush energy, this fast moving energy. So maybe someone brings you some information, and then that causes you to go into a planning phase. It has to do with money probably, or work or something like that. You're in the planning phase. You don't rush forward, plan things out. What's at issue, or in the final analysis, possible outcome, we have justice. Balance is reached between the sun and the moon, between this joy and this lack of faith. Maybe your job is to be a little bit of a wet blanket and put the brakes on something. That doesn't sound like very fun, because this is like this nice rushing energy. This person may be really enjoying crashing forward, and your job is to sort of just have the courage to be the opposite, to be a little bit of a speed bump for something, to stand there and be the speed bump. So things are going to get balanced out with this Justice card. Truth, again, we have another sword here with Justice. Truth is going to come out. Knight of Pentacles can also be biding your time. It can be planning, it can be envisioning, it can be dreaming, but it's not a lot of movement. It's a very steady, slow and steady energy, which is just crashing up against this Knight of Swords rushy energy. So this Justice is balance between the two. Balance is reached. So, and you may be like incredibly cautious about rushing forward because of this situation. You may not feel like you have the resources, the time, the energy, the money to really move forward with somebody's plan. So I think you're being a lot more cautious than someone else wants to be. But there's fairness, there's balance, and then there's the actual truth coming out. You're really thinking through the ramifications of something and how you go forward doing something. So this Justice card just feels like fairness and balance is going to be achieved, but it does seem like I think you need to just be really firm in the pace that you want to go with something and not be rushing forward. It's very clear. You're not rushing forward. Even though the energy around you is this rushing, exciting energy, you're sort of being like, well, hold up there. Let's see. Let's take a closer look. I mean, there's really good energy all around, like with this direction and this initiative and this initiative around you. It looks like someone else is taking initiative. And you may, yeah, like I said, you may either be ending up in a planning phase of something, or you may just need to be just slow down a little bit. Let's really look at this. So, and this could be like, someone younger than you coming to you for advice. And if somebody does that, then your job is to sort of be a little bit of a slower downer. Be a wet blanket in the cheerfulest, happiest way you can, but still kind of slow the energy down. Yeah. Okay. Sri Rancha. Use sacred geometry to connect to higher inspiration and peace. So the Sri Rancha is sort of a meditative device that I use as far as like getting a little Sri Rancha to look at and meditate with. And again, this talks about patterns and seeing patterns. The Knight of Pentacles also, in my opinion, is looking to divine patterns and see them. So looking at patterns, looking for patterns, but also meditating. Yeah. And so, yeah, there's pentacles. There's like the Devil's Pentacle energy, the Five of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles. There's something about work and money, but there is some fairness coming in for that with the Justice. So, and then Ermid. Oh, powerful healing and a call to herbalism is brought forth by Ermid. There's a lot of grief in Ermid's life, a lot of sadness. She basically, this is this and this and the sadness and these tears. Her tears were developed, you know, the legend is the tears created all the healing herbs. So I think there's healing in grief, and in open grief too, and in acknowledging grief and the healing from that. So it also talks about herbs, using whatever herbs. This talks about using these together, look like you're using tools like geometry, herbs, food. There's like real world, and this looks like a pentacle too, real world physical tools that you can use in a situation. And, you know, just overall the gist of these two, the herbs, the geometry, it just is having like tool vibes or like just actual physical things helping you. So turning to the physical world for some sort of assistance. It could be herbs. There are so many helpful, useful herbs. A lot of them have been turned into more allopathic medicine, aspirin and other things. And some of the herbs, though, still in herbal form. I have a lot of my favorites. I mean, just take chamomile, for instance. It's such a basic, easy herb. Mint too, super easy to work with. Those are your entry-level herbs. So using the tools that you have for your own healing and inner peace and dealing with like this inner devil energy. So I also wanted to look at the mudras, but I wanted to do like, I like the mantras in these mudras just as much as I like the mudras. So probably more because the mantra is pretty transferable. All right. Grounding. Oh my gosh, one of my favorite mudras too. So grounding, stability, connection to the physical body, right? We were talking about very physical tools. So very physical, reduce stress and blood pressure, activates root chakra. Again, this is inner peace and healing from, I think, this devil. Maybe you're having some stress and anxiety, although there are a lot of really good cards about that. That could have come out there too. But so it's this right here. And then you can either touch your thighs, touch the ground, relax your shoulders, lengthen the spine, and the focus, or the mantra as I like to think of it right now, grounded to the earth, I receive support and abundance. I love this because this is this disconnected, lack of support, lack of abundance card. And to have a mantra that is directly opposing that, grounded to the earth, I receive support and abundance. This is the answer to this feeling and this sensation. I really love that. And then just with the herbs, grounded to the earth. So, and again with the weavers know that all is God, is just this doubt and this anxiety and this fear and this disconnection from the divine it's almost saying don't try to connect to the divine, try to connect to the physical, like be grounded. Knight of Pentacles is who you are. That's very grounded energy. That is your to-do list. This horse's feet are planted. They are planted. So, and it could even be like we've got spring here. Maybe plant some things. Maybe that's also getting into the dirt, actually grounding. The physical is so prevalent here. And I think it's really interesting because we have this swords energy, which is all up in the mind, up in the head. But the physical is where you're going, is how you're counteracting being too up in your head and sort of the devil inside up in the head. And this Justice card is balancing the two energies, the earth energy and the sword energy, the thoughts and the body, and bringing balance and restoring balance to your being. Because it seems like the problematic situation here is up here. And the answer to that is the earth, is being earthy. Right? The wind that blows our sails. This is sword energy. And I just want to reiterate too that it's not wrong of you. Whatever's going on up in your head, whatever you're battling up in the head, up in your mind right now, it's not wrong. It's like time to process that. And you have the tools now to process that where you didn't have the tools before. Some of those tools are getting very physical, being very much in your physical body. Okay, changes in the air. And we have all this air energy, the wind, the sky. Change is in the air. I like that. Sometimes we take things for granted and forget to stop and realize how incredible the ordinary things can be. This is a card of taking things for granted too, of not seeing, maybe it is, not seeing yeah, I lost that thought, so it's gone. Growth does often seem improbable, yet it happens every day in many ways. So too is something growing in your life that seems at the moment unlikely or impossible. Yet it will happen anyway. Have faith, trust your feelings, and relax. Change is in the air. Yeah, there's a lot of air energy here. And it seems like there is a shifting of the air energy, of the thought processes. And I think that's part of changing your physical reality too, is going to be changing your thought process around something. So I hope that this was helpful for you. I love doing these readings. Thank you so much for coming to me for this reading. Please do remember to subscribe and like the video. That will help my channel maintain its place here. So thank you.